So throughout this video, we're going to cover how to move people from being a stranger to an actual paying client for you on LinkedIn. Now, you might be in a situation where you've connected with hundreds, maybe even thousands of potential clients on LinkedIn, but how many of them have actually become clients? Now, if your answer is not many, it's because you're missing the most critical piece, a systematic journey where you're collecting contacts, but you're not actually guiding future clients. Now, I built my personal brand to over 55,000 followers of the platform with over 10 million impressions, and that's led me to an inbox full of inbound direct messages from high potential prospects that can actually afford a high ticket offer. So throughout the course of this video, I'm not just going to give you some basic tactics, I'm actually going to give you an exact 4-stage roadmap that we use to move a total stranger from a simple connection to a high ticket client in a more predictable and systematic way. And you can see here my 55,000 followers on the platform and the 10 million impressions that actually lead to high ticket buyers that don't constantly say to you, I can't afford your solution, because they're on LinkedIn, they have real buying power. Now, really here, the journey actually begins before you even click connect. Stage 1 is the strategic connection, because most people send a generic request and then they just hope for the best. That's really a lottery ticket. A professional actually sends a personalized invitation that shows that they've done some homework. Now, your note should answer a silent question in their mind, which is basically, why should I connect with you? For example, if you're a leadership consultant targeting tech companies, your note could be, hi name, I saw your company just secured a Series B funding. I've helped 3 other post-funding tech leaders to scale their teams and I've been impressed with your journey. Wanted to connect and follow along. So you can see that you're not actually pitching, you're just positioning yourself. You're starting the relationship with some kind of relevance and also an element of respect, right? Now, once they accept, then 99% of people who either do nothing or they immediately pitch. Now, both of these are wrong, because stage 2 is really the value conversation. So your goal in the DMs is actually to give, not to take. So your first message after they connect should just be pure value, no ask. And for that leadership consultant, it could be you saying something like, great to connect. I recently read a fantastic HBR article on the challenges of scaling leadership teams post-funding. Thought you might find it interesting. So you'll notice here that you're actually training them just to see your name and to associate it with value. And this is how you can start to earn the right to actually have a deeper conversation later on. You're basically moving from a stranger to a trusted resource at this particular point. Now, as the part of the 3rd stage here, while you're having the private conversation in the DMs, your public content is starting to do the heavy lifting for you, because stage 3 is really public proof. So your content must consistently prove that you are the expert that you claim to be. It needs to actually address their pains, articulate their ambitions, and showcase your unique perspective. And this is critical because it validates the private conversation that you're currently having with them. So when they start to then see your posts in their feed, it reinforces the value that you already provided in the DMs. And the consistency is really key here, because we know that businesses posting weekly get twice the engagement. Your content is the same engine is the engine basically behind your authority, and is working 24/7 to nurture every single connection that you have. Now, after you've strategically connected, you now provided some value in the DMs and proven your expertise with your content. Now you reach stage 4, which is the natural transition. Now, you don't need a hard pitch here, because the sale actually becomes the logical next step. So the conversation might sound something a bit like this. Hi name, based on our chat and some of the content that you've engaged with, it sounds like scaling your leadership team is a key priority. I have a specific framework that has helped other leaders in your position. Would you be open to a brief call next week to see if it might be a fit for you? Now, because the trust has already been built, the value is already proven, and then the call no longer becomes a sales call. It's really then at that point becomes a strategy session. So you can see how all 4 of these components basically come together to put you in a position where you can really accelerate your journey here. Now, that's really the 4 stages. It's like a system that turns LinkedIn from a Rolodex of contacts into a predictable client acquisition machine. Now, if you want to see how we build this entire LinkedIn media engine for our clients and how we guarantee them 1 million impressions in 90 days to fill their inbox with qualified buyers, then click the link in the description box below, where you'll be able to access a completely free training where we break down how to automate and scale this entire process. If you have found this video helpful, also please do take a second to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I look forward to seeing you on the next one.